Godfrey Mutabazi is a genocide survivor and has had to live with injuries sustained back in 1994 during the genocide perpetrated against Tutsis. Two held me up by the armpits with others standing around with machetes, and they told me to get out, but I refused. I asked them why they were doing that to me, people I knew, I had done odd jobs with among the priests, and even shared beer with after a long day of hard work. I even asked them, using their names, inquiring what I had done to them that they might want to kill me. They insisted that I get out of their house, saying my time had come, and that they had warned me that it would. When I would not leave the house, they hacked me on my arm, and here also, as well as on my legs. Despite the intent of the people he had once called friends to kill him, Godfrey would survive along with his young wife at the time, Vestine Umwari, because they had been married just 6 months when the genocide against Tutsis began. After the country was liberated, they would have 4 children together. Afterwards, I was able to go back to work for the priests, and with the assistance I got, I was able to also start small income-generating projects. I was later able to build my own house, something many still have not been able to do in a city like this. I was able to do all that because there is security and hope for the future, and that assistance, of course. My eldest child went to school, and we had more children. There is hope for the future because we are still alive, get to work, and the kids go to school. We have a good government of national unity that cares for us. Even these first machines I started using came from it. Farish gave them to me. Other genocide survivors like David Hachizimana, who was 10 years old when the genocide against Tutsis claimed both his parents and 5 younger siblings, have been able to fulfill their parents' dreams, becoming a surgeon, university lecturer, and the first person to promote the Korean martial art form of Taekwondo here in Rwanda back in 2003. His father had always wanted to be a doctor. I undertook medicine and did very well in my studies. During my 4th year of medical school, I decided to specialize in neurosurgery because almost all of my loved ones were killed with blows to the head during the genocide. I therefore decided to learn how to operate on the brain so that I may be able to help people with such injuries or illnesses that affect the brain. David acknowledges that none of his achievements would have been possible had the genocide against Tutsis not been halted or the country liberated. None of that would have been possible had we not had liberators. May God bless the RPF in Inkotanyi for saving us, because they arrived at Kabeza, where we had fled on the very day the killers had said they would kill the few survivors that remained. Suddenly, government soldiers started to flee, and the RPF arrived and reassured us that no one would harm us. They later ensured that we went back to school, paying all of our fees, and put in place many programs I told you about that help us even now, to this very hour. Even though the week of national mourning has now been concluded, commemoration activities will continue for the entire length the genocide against Tutsis lasted, which is 100 days.